Hello, hello. Time to get back finishing up this hat. Move my stuff out of the way that I've been working on. Move the hat back over here. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you. Got my visor here. I'm just going to set it right up here. You can't see it, but it's there. Well, I was going to set it there, but it doesn't want to sit there. So I shall put it over here instead. Let's see who it is that decided. Hi, Donis. I saw that, Jennifer. I need to turn the sound down on my phone because that way when 55 bazillion people decide to text me while I'm streaming, I don't have that ding, 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 ding going on constantly. And I was going to ask if the ring light is helping. This is without the ring light. That is with the ring light. I know you do, Jennifer. You are a creative soul. And I fibbed to you yesterday. I was going to sew through here and I got a message about something that I'm doing in June and had to address that and didn't get to do this. Make sure I don't have these tangled. There it is. Oh, my fingers are not working today. I know Marcia will not be joining us today. She has plans for dinner with friends. Sometimes that's important in your life. Being able to get away with friends can be extremely important at times. I feel you went through there. Ha ha, Jennifer. Actually, no. She is getting out of the house, which she does not do often. she is the caretaker for her husband and doesn't get the luxury of leaving the house often. So, yeah, it's a big deal to be able to do that. Okay, more pins does not make it easier to line these up. Being able to separate the layers does, though. Make sure that I didn't just skip a hole, which I did, and which will make it pucker when I put it together. I could tell because when I got here, I could see it folding over itself in that middle layer. Yes, that's exactly when I messaged her, because she doesn't always get notifications of me going live. So I always send her a message to let her know when I'm going live. And she said not today, that she was going out with her friends. And I'm like, oh, that's rocking, because she doesn't get to do that frequently. So, yeah. Knowing that she has the ability to do that today is a good thing. Today it's an option, so take it while you can. I absolutely understand how that is. So I can do this without catching this corner, because I am back to catching that corner with every stitch. There we go. Catch the corner, catch these. Which I'm excited about getting more of. Oh, I wish, Jennifer. You know what? If I could win $50,000 that I didn't have to pay back, I would be an extremely happy lady. That would allow me to pay off some stuff and get the work done on the 2 cars. My daughter's car and my husband's car. It would basically allow me to pay off some of the extra costs of things. There we go. So yeah. That has helped. So let me go ahead and pull these out. To allow me that extra space to do this. Hi, Phil. Good to see you. Okay, let me see. Exactly, Jennifer. I mean, granted, if I got enough, I'd have an account set up to pay off the house. Then again, long term, if I put enough money in the account so the interest pays off the house every month, then I would still have a nest egg at the end of the day. Not that I'd be alive to see that nest egg. I am blessed to not be riddled with a lot of medical bills. I've been blessed with insurance that covers what I need it to cover. And not had anything major happen that would require a hospital stay or anything. That would, any additional stuff, because most of my insurance, as long as you go into the hospital, it's covered. And so that makes a major difference. And I've never had an insurance plan where we've used up the max and had to start paying out of pocket. Almost finished with this part. Then I can get back to the smooth sailing. And I might go ahead and No, because I'm thinking about scuffing this up, so I might wait on that. Yeah, a lot of people, I think, first and foremost, they need to make sure they're putting themselves in the position of taking care of themselves first. Yeah, that should be your primary concern, taking care of yourself first. Then other things. And I know that's what Jennifer did when she got that money, was she took care of her household first, because that is the primary thing to worry about. And I just realized my camera is way tilted and you could not see most of what I was doing. Donis, that's another thing that I have a copay card that I pay into with every paycheck. So that covers a lot of that stuff. And I do know that I am blessed to have that. You paying off your house was a benefit to everyone who resides in that house. You cut the monthly expenses so that you could take off work and take care of yourself. And trust me, don't think for a moment that having the house paid off wouldn't make me feel good. I might wind up paying it off, like pay a house note a week. Or something ridiculous to pay it off at a much speedier pace. See, now I'm on the easier part of this. When the holes line up easily, and it's only 2 layers. Yeah, I couldn't take the cold. Phil, I did not know that you were in a coma 3 years ago. Jennifer, I got the package today that you mailed me. Well, goodness, Phil, I'm glad you were a resistant individual and came back. Because it absolutely has been nice knowing you. Ouch. I stabbeth myself. Yeah. I have not, knock on wood, had any major health crisis myself beyond my knee and my mouth. Those have been the two major health crises, and I'm going to be addressing my mouth again this year. Growing up with epilepsy, clenching your teeth down, grinding your teeth when you sleep, and slamming your face into a brick wall when you're 12 years old does a lot of damage that does not show up until much later in life. And all the hairline fractures in my teeth is starting to play its toll. So I'm going to have to get it taken care of. I just have to find a dentist that does sedation dentistry, because some of us do not do well when we're awake and they're working on our mouth. Being awake through some major dental work and having it where Novocaine does not work and feeling it all has caused me to have trauma response when I have dental work done. So the solution to that is to do sedation dentistry. And I just have to find a dentist that will do that. Most of them, you go to them, you get your teeth cleaned and stuff like this, and then when something comes up, you go, oh, I have to have sedation dentistry for major tooth work. And then they're like, oh yeah, we don't do that here. So now it's to the point that I have to find someone that does, so I can move forward with what I need done. Yeah, you're doing a lot of self-care work on you, Jennifer, and that's cool that you're doing that and you can do that. I'm lucky I have a very supportive spouse. I know Jennifer does as well. Having someone that'll support you through the different things you need to do to take care of you is wonderful. It's a two-way street instead of a one-way street. Some relationships I know are one-way streets. It's you take care of me, but I'm not taking care of you. I know Jennifer and I are both in relationships where it's two-way streets. If I take care of you, you take care of me. And having that in a relationship and in your friends groups is extremely important. Just having someone to support you and say, I see you. Phil, you got us. We see you. We support you. We can't physically be there necessarily, but we are here. Phil is trying to build up his channel so he gets enough subs so he can monetize, make a few dollars. He's going to be putting up videos of his adventures. Kind of like a man in his chair thing. I think in doing so, it may also highlight some of the issues that surround people in wheelchairs. I swear I need to take Jeff to the doctor with me so when the doctors, want to make sure that my husband agrees with me and my husband looks at the doctor and says, why don't you talk to her? It's her body. But I am going to interview doctors. I'm going to go in strong and interview doctors and ask them if they're going to listen to the body owner or if they're going to be an idiot. I need to know before I invest any time in them. I do not want to invest my time with a doctor who is not going to listen to me. All right, where'd my hole go? There it is. There we go. Double track over where the starting stitches are. To ensure this baby is not coming apart. I did way too much string this thread this time. I will have to pull these threads and save them for later. Which I do when I have long tails. This is doubled. You can see it goes, it's pretty long piece to have just hanging around. So I save that for little stitches that I need to do later. Melt the thread ends, and then I push them, which makes them like little buttons so the threads can't pull back through those holes. Now the fun part. This is the part, it's hard for me to flip it without pulling it towards me because I have to use my body for support of this part of the flipping of this front piece. And again, I have to work inside the hat to, unless I can, somewhere. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, that'll work. Let me try to smash that seam. Sorry about the noise. Hi, Francis. Trying to bend this leather to be what I need it to be. And in doing so, I can catch where there's a piece of paper or tape sitting and try to pluck it out. Pluck it out, pluck it in, do something with it. Oh boy. I just have to beat the Hades out of it while it's still bendable. Getting close to the home stretch on this thing, though. Don't smush the fingers. Let's go the other way. Yeah, that's going to fold nicely when I get it done. Need to round this correctly. Because this will fold down. Let me see. This will fold down to down some when it has the strap on it. Each one of these will fold. And I think it's going to fold like right there. Yep. There's a soft spot in this leather right here that's causing it to wrinkle, and I don't know how to fix that. But I think when it comes down to it and it all folds together correctly, that's going to be right here. I might see if I can iron it to make it smooth. Not sure. It's the nature of leather. Okay, let me catch up. I know, Jennifer. One day we shall do the rainbow stuff. Getting some drink. And I'm sitting here and I put my finger up like, just 1 minute. As if you can see me, which you cannot. So, because I didn't get this stuff done last night like I was supposed to, I also did not get the edging stuff done that I was supposed to do. So, I will be... Ooh, that one's too thick. I think it's too thick. This one is beautiful though. Not related to what I'm doing, but look at this color. Isn't that gorgeous? I have to figure out what I'm going to make with these two. I have these two absolutely gorgeous. It's a thin layer leather. And the hides are not huge, but I have two just absolutely gorgeous purple hides. This is a buttery soft lamb. And I mean, it is just the most gorgeous feeling leather I have had in a while. And it is mine. This one is a bit thicker, but it might be okay for what I want it for. Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh, I can do this. And I know I just saw a ruler. Basically, I'm going to be cutting this into a strip. And putting holes in that strip. And then that strip will be used to go, I'm going to do a short one, which will go around just the brim. And then I will also have a much longer one that will go around the main opening of the hat. There. Putting these things back where they belong as I go is a good thing. I'm just going to have to do this and work around my light that's up here. But that's okay because this is long enough. To be able to do that. There we go. And my cutter is right here. Make sure that that is definitely long enough. Yes, it is. Definitely long enough. I flip things around because I think I know how I want to do it, and then I realize you're right-handed, you have to cut it a certain way or it won't work. Oh. I will burn the edge of this, which will seem kind of strange, but there is a reason for it. By burning the edge like this, it takes off any fuzzies. It helps make it more even. It'll also cause it to roll that edge slightly. Which will give it a finished edge. And I know I don't need it this wide because I only need it to go like that. I think I need it half this, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So I will cut this in half. Sorry, I gotta crack my knuckles a little bit. They're acting up, and it causes my hands to shake when it does that. I was hoping to not have to relocate it to do it. That's okay. Everybody is quiet. I think everybody is preoccupied. I was just being quiet because I was cutting this. And absolutely did not need to screw it up. The only problem with doing a lighter like this is that eventually this part gets hot. The very ends don't matter because they're going to be up underneath the rest of the hat. Kitchen, making dinner. Makes it hard to chat if your hands are in the middle of making dinner, that's for sure. If I were the one fixing dinners, I would have issues. Oh, I got something on my glasses I can't see. Who put their fingerprints in the middle of my gloves? I mean, my glasses. All of a sudden, I had this fuzzy fuzz look. Hey, Lisa. And I have lost my important strip that I need. Oh, there it is. I am going to tape this right to the table. Oh, Lisa's got some jambalaya. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. Can't imagine who prepared that jambalaya for you, Lisa. Who likes you nice enough to make you jambalaya? Gabe is having some etouffee. Yeah, he's an etouffee junkie. That man can eat some etouffee. First time I made it down there in Florida, I'm not lying. Gabe, who is a thin man, by the way, ate no less than 4 or 5 bowls of the stuff. He ate a bowl and he was like, hey, this is good. I'm going to get another bowl. And he ate another bowl. And then he got another bowl. Then he quit telling us he was getting another bowl and he would just get another bowl. That man ate some etouffee. I did shrimp. Oh no, for the jambalaya is sausage. Lisa does not eat shrimp. She has tried shrimp and she just doesn't care for shrimp. But last time I was there, she did try shrimp. Well, I know I packed adequate amounts for him to fill his belly that for most people, the amount of etouffee I packed in there would be 2 to 3 days worth. But not Gabe. Let me see if this will let me. I can do all these holes at one time. Woohoo! I will not use the metal hammer. And that should have poked holes all the way through. It did. I'm not smashing down on it hard because these holes will be a little bit smaller. And that's okay. Is that long enough? Should be. I do have to make holes going in the opposite direction. One of the benefits of putting tape over your table is you can write on it and not think twice about it. Oh, that's crooked. Let me straighten that up a bit. The original pattern for this hat, I don't think, or maybe it did, and I didn't cut out the piece. I always am aware of where my phone is above me. Last thing I want to do is do a slap-a-doodle on the phone or to the ring cam. I did not want to rip that because I'm not done with this piece. This piece will get used again for cutting the band that goes around the main body of the hat. I don't cut the same piece 2 or 3 times to use it for different things. I just reuse the same piece over and over. I don't have anything pre-made, Sandfire. I make them to order. When people commission my work, I make things as they want them. So basically, you pick what you want, the colors and all that kind of stuff. And this may not be wide enough for this. This is too thick. Dadgummit. Let me see if that's the right size for this, though. I'm going to have to increase it by 1/4 of an inch, I guess. I can't remember what I was doing that I was using 1/2 inch banding then. Half inch will fit on the hat. So I use a 1/2 inch strip on this, the main hat, but it will not work on this because of the thickness. So let's see how thick I need it. But yeah, as Samfire was asking about the crossbody messenger bags, basically a person decides they want a commission. They pay for their commission, pick out what color they want and all the kind of things about what they want. And then when they've paid at least the deposit portion of it, then I buy the supplies and start working on it. And when they complete paying for it, I ship it out to them. I do not keep stock on hand. So yeah, that's a little over 1/2 inch from hole to hole. I know that you probably cannot see where these holes are on here, so I will mark them. One is here and one is there. So it is, oh man, just over. Let me see, how many holes is that? 3 holes wide. Yep, 3 holes wide. I can work with that. Let me see what this is. That will work. I need it as wide as this is. Well, not as wide as this, but I will wind up cutting it after the fact. I'm going to create a cheater here. Yeah, I don't have any that I'm working on right now. I am quite capable of making a crossbody bag. I have one that I made for myself. It is my normal carry-all bag. I do make them when people, I would make them if it was requested to be made, commissioned to be made. You basically see me making what people commission. Is my email address? My email address is in the description of the video. If you want to commission something, you're welcome to email me. I can send you pictures, and if you decide on a design, I can send you the price and go from there. And I don't care who it is or how much of a friend you think you are. I do not do commission work without something being paid for. And the reason for that is someone that was extremely close to me stuck me with a $500 bag set that they had to have. In specific colors that I made custom for them. And then, needless to say, I have the bag set sitting here still on the shelf as a reminder of why we do not do commissions unless they're paid for. I do start when I have the deposit, because the deposit is a 1/2 price, non-refundable deposit. I have found that it is enough to buy the supplies needed to work on almost anything. And in the event the person doesn't finish paying for it, then I'll sell it for half price and still get my money. The only thing I may have on hand are first time makes where I test patterns. And some of those I wouldn't even get rid of, such as my puzzle purse that I made. It is the colors of the rainbow. You know, you have your purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. And then it goes purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. But each side is different because, like, this side has 2 rows with the red, and this side has two with the great, starting with the greens. This is a puzzle piece bag. This is the first time I made it. I was testing it. It's the first time I did this style zipper bag. I added extra pockets in it and all. Did put my label on it, but I'm going to keep this one. I made this for me. Testing the pattern, but it's for me. But I do not keep things on hand otherwise. So I pull this leather up again because I know where the part is that I cut, which means I have a straight edge to start with anyway. Yeah, I like the little puzzle piece, and my grandson told me I cannot get rid of it. Topher, being the child with autism, obviously does not want Mimi getting rid of the bag he considers the autism bag. Let me see. If that is not lining up, then something is wrong. There we go. But Samfire, if you do want to talk about a bag, I am happy to do so. As long as you agree to the terms, which I have spelled out. All right. I try to be very clear about the terms up front so that someone isn't shocked. I will also tell you you can buy it at Walmart and Target cheaper than you can get it from me. Because I am making bespoke goods. They are custom, one of a kind. Each one is made to the person's, with the person's choices in mind. Yes, I do use patterns. That does not negate the amount of work I put into it. I am a precision hound. I have so many pieces of unfinished goods or goods that have been taken apart because when I made it the first time, I did not like the way it looked. And I cannot tell where I just put a hole. Yes, I can because it's through the tape. That's the benefit of, if you're reusing a piece, to also use tape on it, because then you can see where you have or have not punched holes. I know that people have been shocked. I've had 3 groups of people. Ones that I tell them the price and they're like, okay, because they understand the cost. And then there's the ones that have no clue how much work goes into making things like this. No clue how much I do off stream to prepare to make something, how much the tools cost to do that. I do not use my tools. This is not something you're going to buy on Amazon. This is custom ordered. I ordered these from someone at a company and they put them together at my specifications as far as how far apart the holes are. That's on center. And what size around the holes are. So yeah. Good night, Donis. So when you pay for my goods, you're paying toward the cost of replacing tools and other supplies, such as the tape I use, the paper I use for the printer, the ink I use for the printer. But you're paying towards the replacement of those things. The replacement of the stupid board that I pound on constantly. Which, if I'm not mistaken, I have one sitting around here somewhere that I got to replace this one because this one's getting kind of ratty. But the replacement of the leather I use, or the purchasing of the leather, depends if I use something that I have in stock or not. That was it. That was the last hole there. And I am going to double check this hole count before I undo this. $15, $20, $25, $30, $35, $40, 45, 53. That's 50, and I definitely have extra. Definitely have cut more than 53 holes. I'm just hoping this piece stays good enough for me to finish using it instead of having to reprint it, which I can do. I'm going to stick that there. I am lining up holes so that I can recut this other line. And that is lined up. I can feel it go right into the hole. Last thing I need to do is poke a hole in myself. If anyone comes in while I'm doing this, I do apologize. It's hard for me to see the chat while I'm doing this. Okay. Oh, Lisa, I have no clue. I would have to go upstairs and get it to weigh it. And that requires me to know where my scale is off the top of my head, which I do not. But I cannot remember. Oh, I don't think mine's 16 pounds. But it's like this big. It is a heavyweight. And if I'm not mistaken, mine was the heaviest one that you got. Because when you got them and you showed them to me and said, which one do you want? I said, the biggest one. Because size queen. I want the big one. And yes, I will make this piece over and over until it comes out looking the way I want it to. I'm mental like that. I mean, but how big is it? I mean, like, is it like this big? Is it bowling ball big? Because you think about the size of those bowling balls. He would have to have one that's bowling ball size. I would have no place to put anything that big. Yeah, I don't have any. Mine's not bowling ball size. Don't think I would want anything that big, though. That's the thing. I mean, where would I put it? Where on earth would I put a sphere as big as a bowling ball? Ah, oh, tape. Just fold this tape over, get it out of the way. Yes, bigger than a softball. Definitely. Pretty sure mine's bigger than a softball. I mean, I don't have a softball to measure with it, but I know it's yeah, it's large. Okay, let me go ahead and burn these edges. There is a mark on this leather. Oh, there's a couple of marks. Nature of the beast. There. Let's see if Topher is up there on that floor. I can get him to bring it. Yeah, Robbie wants me to call him now. It's like, I'm in the live, dude. Let me see where the child is. He's asking me about the size of my sphere. How big is your sphere you got from Lisa? I don't know. Yeah, his has to be bigger if his is 16 pounds because I'm pretty sure mine's not that heavy. Uh-oh, I think I just dropped my ruler into the floor. I don't know where it went. I'll have to get up and look for it in a minute. I need a large brown. Let me see if I can get a picture of it to show it to Topher so that he doesn't bring me the wrong one. I will share that with that message. I mean, I know which one it is. See, it's number 273. I did not weigh things when I put them in here. I didn't think about it. He is going to bring it down for me. So we can have a look-see. Oh my gosh, he is such a baby. I mean, could we get one bigger than his? Abso-freaking-lutely. Don't make me go on the hunt for a 20-pound sphere. Because I would, just to say my ball's bigger than yours. Because I can be a shady bitch like that. There it is. He would. But I don't buy things to have the biggest. I buy things to have what will fit in my space. Because what good does it do to have a 20-pound sphere if I can't put it in my display case and display it with everything else? I mean, really. I can make his ball not be that big. All it takes is one sledgehammer. Tell him we can deflate it. Got a sledgehammer? Deflate that ball. Tell Gabe I said hi. I hope he is enjoying that shrimp and crawfish at Touffet. Or has enjoyed it already. I've trapped your husband, Lisa. Family's good. He will never eat at Touffet without thinking about me again. Yep, everybody's good. I hear someone coming down the steps, and I'm going to guess it is a topher.
Oh, not a topher.
With a ball.
Yeah, tell me it was as big as my hand.
I said it was the biggest one. This is my biggest ball.
What I want to say,
I have the biggest ball in the house. No, actually, you have basketballs, so.
Yeah. So actually, I have the biggest
Do you see my ruler that's this big? Thank you.
The one I was picking up with my toes?
Yes. Keep your monkey toes off my ruler.
It was in the floor.
I know. I was putting it up here and it flipped.
I fondle things with my toes.
So if I guesstimate, yeah. Oh wait, I can measure this as soon as I remember. Oh, there it is. It is a 13.5-inch sphere. So it's 13.5 inches in circumference, which is 34.5 millimeters. I mean centimeters. 34.5 centimeters or 340 millimeters. I love this. A friend of mine got this for me for measuring heads because you can put it around things. And then you just push the button and it tightens up to the size you need. And then you just look here and it tells you the size. Because it already accommodates the 2 inches. Because this ruler doesn't start at 2. I mean, it doesn't start at 1. The first marking is 3. That's because there's 2 inches here.
Would you like me to take that back up?
You can. Got it?
Yes.
Because dropping it is not okay.
Oh, no.
Child, you will be cutting my grass for a while without getting paid to repay me for that.
Never mind. I can't allow that.
Yeah, exactly.
I need some money.
Child wants to earn some monies. Ooh, got one in there that I didn't put a backer on. That could have been dangerous if I would have really grabbed it hard. I think Sandfire disappeared on me. Sandfire had asked about a bag and then didn't stay on after that. Tell you what, I'm probably going to alter channels that I'm supporting to be channels that support me as well. Mutually beneficial. That's upside down. I find myself getting annoyed when people don't support my channel but get irritated if I don't show up for theirs. And no, I'm not talking about Robbie, and I'm not talking about Two Lees in a Pod. Don't think you know who I'm talking about or what I'm talking about. This, when I stitch it down, this will sit nice and flat on the edges. Oh, I need to check the time. Oh, it's 8 o'clock, almost 8 o'clock, okay? Because I will be getting off here approximately 9:15-ish to allow a 30-minute break before Two Lees in a Pod goes live. Tonight is Thursday. That means it is Rocks, Gems, Crystals sales night. And resin and who's it and what's it they come up with, who knows? It means Crayon and Crayola the Lemurs coming to chat with us. And hanging out, having a good time. It'll also allow me to eat the food that I think someone's bringing down to me. And I am correct. I have got a huge pork chop with mashed potatoes and gravy. And I'm pretty sure these are not long enough to do this without having a knot at both ends. Let me see. Well, then that's what it's going to happen to do. And this is the two where I had the two pieces left over, and they were very long. And with this being 2 layers, that goes 2 times around, 4 times around. That's more than enough for what I need to do. And the ends will be hidden underneath. I'll re-pierce this right back where it was pierced prior to lock those needles on. Yeah, you don't stream, Jennifer, and if you did, I would watch you. I am not doing the very end hole, and the reason for that is that will be caught when I sew this line to the actual hat. Move those scissors out of the way so I don't. And I am going to give. Now I'm going to change how I latch that thread on. Because I don't want a round knot hanging out. I want it to be flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join these this way. Because that was easier hidden. And then I will start it under here, because I'm going to hide that starting point. Because I'm sneaky like that, I can. Whoops, except you cannot do that. There we go. And then I will back stitch this one. Oh, I pulled that thread, that roof off. I forgot to move my little fingers out, move that piece out of the way so I could stab myself. So now that is secure. It's secure and hidden. And because there's no tension, there will be no tension on it or stress. It's not a stress point. And I'm going to stop because I want to do this from the top side so that I know where my stitches are each time. Okay, Jennifer, I will catch you later. It's weird working with a piece that's so small. I'm going to try something. No, I don't know. I thought about trying to cut this top layer out more and folding it under instead of doing an edge like this. Putting a package together of all my stuffs tonight for one price. You are not. All of your stuff for one price? What, you're selling out? Are you stopping the business, Lisa? You sell it all at one price and be done with it? I am sure it is a price I cannot pay right now. And I probably have all the stuff. It's like, give me your money today and you can have this. Close up the razor knife so you don't cut yourself or your threads or your item that you're working on. I've seen it all. I probably have it all, Lisa. Think about how much I've gotten. Need I remind you how much stuff I have? If I did individual pieces, I would have over 1,500 pieces. I have a package somewhere, so I need to make a note of this. I think there's a package outside for me. Could someone bring it to me, please? Ta-da! Note made. We have a group chat for all of our family members. Lisa, you need new spheres. You need to build your own collection again. That means you're going to have to put your prices to what you need to be selling things so you can buy extra pieces just for yourself because you deserve pretties. You provide us with all the pretties. You deserve pretties too. Yeah, I have 100 and what did I say? 148 that I've counted for, but I have other ones coming in because I have oh, what do I have coming in? I know I have a sphere or two coming in. Let me see. I got that stuff in. I got that stuff in. New stuff. Got that in. I think some of my stuff is not on here. Okay, I have a blue Quesera sphere coming in. That's the only one. I have one more sphere coming in. So I'm closer to 150 on the spheres. Yeah, when you sell off all your stuff, that's what happens, Lisa. You should take a percent of your money when you sell stuff, take a percent of it and use it to buy yourself things. I know you always invest it back in buying stuff. Trying to put this where you can see it better, what I'm doing. This is the one piece I can actually hold in such a way that you can see it a little better. I don't even want to consider how much money I have invested in rocks right now. My gym club box from last month gets here Saturday, and then I should get another box in a couple of weeks for the next box, because my box was delayed quite a bit. It was delayed by about 2 weeks, because normally everything is on a 2-week cycle. Is I pay them 2 weeks later, I get a box. 2 weeks later, I pay them. 2 weeks later, I get a box, kind of thing. Give or take a day or two, but that's how it normally is. And this time I've got a box coming in on Saturday, and they just took out money for my next box. I knew it was delayed. He was waiting for some good stuff to come in to put in these boxes. So I'm kind of excited about that. Saturday, regardless if I'm working on leather stuff, I will be doing a opening of that box and any other boxes that come in between now and then. Lisa, you're going to have to tell Gabe that he could start giving you money for new rocks for yourself. Help you replenish your rock collection. Don't send me presents. Give me money so I can buy a rock. I just found my bag of raw gemstones that are like cut for setting in rings and stuff. So I guess I need to take pictures of those and catalog those and separate them out. Put all the little peridots in one thing and amethyst in another and rubies and sapphires and stuff. Some of these I've had for quite some time. I was originally going to have some jewelry made, and I bought the stones ahead of time because I could get them at a good price, and then never had the jewelry set. So I will put them in a display cube, probably one of the black framed pieces that I have. So I can put them on display. Oh my goodness, why is this one not going in the hole easily? I know this hole is not out of place. I know this hole exists. There it is. There we go. It's when it starts pulling because it's turning a curve. It makes it tighter. But you can see how smooth that edge is. You have things from Moo? What do you have from Moo? What kind of stuff? Her resin work or? Maybe a little bit because I keep pulling this towards me because I'm trying to hold it up while I work on it. Oh, that stuff. Yeah, my daughter's going to Ren Fair and she's taking a bag of miscellaneous stuff to give away. And I have thought about giving her all that resin crap that was sent to me to get rid of it. She sent me a box of costume jewelry that is literal crap. It's like stuff you got Temu Express stuff or something. I'm thinking she got it believing that she would be able to sell it for a couple of dollars, like $5 a piece. And they're not worth the dollar she paid for them. And if she paid more than $1 for them, then she got screwed. So she would box stuff up like that and send it to me to get rid of it. And I've told my daughter she could break those up if she wants to give out individual stones. I mean, it is just a ha-ha funny. Or give away the whole piece. I don't care. I just want them gone. You see how smooth that edge looks? Yeah, some of her bigger resin pieces are all bubbly. She didn't use her pressure pot on them, I guess. She claims to have a pressure pot for sucking the air bubbles out. I mean, some of the stuff I bought when Robbie was selling it. It was more to support him than was to get whatever it was she was selling. Peddling. Just sage everything. Get rid of the bad juju that's associated to it. Oh, come on, give me a few more stitches before you run out of string. The thickness of the item affects how much thread you need. I started out with thread that was 4 times the length. And you can see it should be enough. Not going to have much left over. I go through quite a bit of thread. Considering every stitch line uses approximately 4 times the amount of the length of whatever it is I'm stitching. If I'm doing a cross stitch, then it is going to take about 6 times. And if it's thick, then and a cross stitch, it'll use about 8 times the length of whatever it is I'm working on. I am putting it underneath the edge of the band. Because it'll hide the knot. I will get that to melt and then play whack-a-mole with the hammer. And then I'll just go ahead, hammer the rest of my stitches. And here, can you see the difference between the hammered stitches and the unhammered stitches? I don't know if it shows up on the camera as well. I should use this one. nice and smooth edge here. It's flat on this side. I will snippy snip this, and actually I'm probably going to use this to just tie this edge off to hold it together. For when I go to actually stitch this into the rest of the hat. Put over there. There. And I've got those extra pieces hanging out. And I will trim off any extras when I get there. I think I'm not going to start the next part because I know I don't have enough time to get very far with it. Which is cutting this strip for the rest of the hat. I need to do some measuring also to make sure I cut it the right width. My hands are hurting today. And I will not be streaming tomorrow, which will also give my hands a rest. But it will allow me to do what I need to do. As far as cutting this strip, the black strip, for this part of the hat. And see this, I need to bend it, but it will be stitched in here in the front of the hat, and it'll be stitched right underneath the edge. So that means I need to come in here and do some bending of this, which I can work on tonight while I'm watching Lisa. I can sit there and fold this leather and fold the leather, and that is the wrong way. I want to fold it this way. So when I stitch it, this will stitch under that edge. But I will work on this when Lisa is live. But I am going to go ahead and say my good evenings to everybody. 2 leaves in a pod. Let me go to my links. Two Leaves in a Pod goes live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And tonight they're going to be on at approximately 6:45. And on Friday, between 7 and 7:30, you can catch a group of us over at Get Swamped. Robbie does his live where he talks, answers questions, open mails, and then he goes into his sales of Rock's gems and who's it's and what's it's. If you like watching openings of items, you can run over to Diana's channel and watch her with her rocks, spheres, and lovelies. On occasion, when work permits, Stacy Northern Aurora Treasures goes online and does some sales. And when Stacy is on, it is not uncommon for you to find Flutter Yo also on with Stacy selling things. Flutter Yo also does a series of fishing videos. This past winter, there was a lot of ice fishing videos. And one of our newer members to start streaming, well, he's not streaming live, but he is going to be posting videos, is CPR, also known as Phil. He is going to be doing his adventures in a wheelchair and how he gets around and what he deals with and works with on a daily basis when he's out and about in his chair. He did a short video of his existing chair and what it looks like and what his goals are for getting, that's like the chair he wants to get out of. He wants to get a different chair. If he has to have a chair for the rest of his life, it definitely wants it to be a different one, not that one, because that one is not comfortable for him. So he is going to be doing those adventures. Hi, Marcia. I was actually just starting to sign off because I got the body of the hat sewn together. And I have the brim trim sewn on. I just did that. I have to cut the trim for this part of the hat. And then I'll be ready to stitch that on Saturday. You ate too much, but did you have a good time with your friends? Because that's what matters. If you had a good time with your friends, then it was worth it. Isn't that the way it goes? I'll set this here instead of having my hands sitting there. Tools of the trade. Yeah. If I get this cut out before Saturday for sewing, get the trim piece cut out, then Saturday I will be able to sew this onto here and attach the brim as well. But this will allow me to measure the inside of this hat, so I can get an accurate measurement of the inside circumference, so that I can see if I need to add a sweatband to it to take up space, to make it fit the new owner, the person that will be the new owner. So I am logging off. Give me a little bit over an hour to do the things I need to do before Two Leaves in a Pod comes on, because they're coming on around 9:45. It'll allow me to do some cleanup work and maybe start working on this trim piece I need. I need to measure it and see what size I need. I'm pretty sure that I need it to be this big, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is the right one to go in here. But I will count holes to make sure. And then I can, once I get that cut and put, like, pin it together, then I can do a measurement to measure the inside circumference. If the inside circumference is too big, then I will pull out my cloth sweatband material and cut one of those to put in here and remeasure it and see how it measures up. But hopefully by Sunday, this will be finished and I can get some photos taken of it that I have to set aside until it's time, and get it boxed up and shipped out. And then I can start next week on the next hat. So, yeah. If I keep up this pace, I will actually get all my commissions caught up soon. So, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Like I said, I'll be over at Two Leaves in a Pod at 9:45. I actually have the live up now, waiting for them to come on. I will be hanging out over there while I do some work here on my own of stuff. So I will see you then. Have a blessed rest of your day. Have a wonderful, happy Friday tomorrow. Come see us on Get Swamped tomorrow evening. And then have a fabulous weekend. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a 3-day weekend. Isn't Monday Memorial Day? Is that this Monday? Let me see, 2024. Yes, May 27th, which is this coming Monday. So we get a 3-day weekend. Yay. I can use a 3-day weekend. That might mean that after I sleep in on Monday, I do a long stream on Monday. And come on like midday and just work on something or two things until it gets done. So I will see you next time. It'll be Saturday. Earlier in the day, I think I'll come on sometime in the afternoon on Saturday. And I will see you then. Bye for now, everyone.